Dang, I just know you wasn't down in them Derry streets smashing on some Mary sauerkraut. First things first, put a balloon emoji down in the comments if you was giggling down when Pennywise got Marg ass. Now, when it comes to the kids running down to the sheriff's office, was I the only one that thought that Pennywise was gonna change the photos to make them look crazy? Like, yes, they took photos down to the graveyard, but on Bowers' end, I thought it was gonna show them down to the grocery store, the schoolyard, possibly even at home. But I guess Pennywise looked at the scenario and was like, hell, this a clear decrepit ass cop. He ain't finna believe nothing they say. If you ain't the same age or shade that he is, he ain't believing you. And if you ask me, Bowers is just plain dumb. He knows exactly what's going on in Derry, just like every other parent. But he's letting racism take the brunt for everything. I'm pretty sure everything that happens in that town, they just point the finger at the black person. And Lily may not be my favorite character, but I'm so sick of them dangling Juniper Hill over her fucking head. Like, goddamn, is you gonna do it or is you not? Oh, and did y'all hear the eerie music behind the intro this week? Like, I was over here chowing down on my burrito and had to look up real fast because that's not the same song I've been hearing for the past 3 weeks. That's how I know we finna get into the meat and potato. And since we talking about Lily, when she went into that old school diner to confide in Miss Ingrid, I already knew she was in immediate danger. Because what adult that's been living in a small town all their life acts like they don't remember a bunch of people going missing? Me, myself, I'm from a small town. I'm from Athens, Georgia. If a bunch of people went missing when I was 5, 6, 7 years old, I'm still gonna remember that. So her sitting up there being like, now that I think about it, a bunch of people did go missing in, the 30s, but I mean, it was nothing like how you're describing, bitch. It's not how she's describing it because you are the person that helped Pennywise make them people go missing. I'm onto you, bitch. You're Bob Gray's daughter, and can't nobody tell me otherwise. Pennywise sent you to get closer to Lily so that you can get all the information on that friend group so y'all can defeat them. Like, bitch, you're not slick. Tell myself, oh, it's so good that you have friends, Lily. It's so good that you have people on your side. My dad always told me that it's good to have a group of people. Yes, a group of people that he can fucking eat, bitch. So he can survive for the next 27 years. You ain't slick. Moving on to Rose and Charlotte. Y'all already know that Charlotte is one of my favorite characters on this show. But one thing about it, I hate her dynamic when it comes to her marriage. Because it kind of just seems like she goes along to get along when it comes to Leroy. Because back in that day and still to this day, black men like to uphold this white traditional household image that black women just don't want to be a part of. And we see this a lot when it comes to them because anytime she mentions her passions, her projects, things she wants to do, he shuts it down. He tells her, oh, we have to be these magical Negroes. We have to be coons. We have to step in line. They're going to look at us crazy. No. It's because of my job. Me. It's never anything about her. And this really comes out when she speaks to Rose because, of course, she don't have anybody else to speak to because everybody else is racist or acting like they don't see what the fuck is happening in Derry. So when she speaks to her, she kind of mentions like, yeah, it's lonely here, but I already knew what I was getting into when I married him. I knew I was going to have to uphold this image and uphold this and do this, that, and the this and that. And I hate that for her because she is the star in the relationship, but she's making it seem like he is. And that's what women had to do back in the day. And I cannot believe that we did that. She's the prize. She's the smartest. She's the teacher. She's the one that has legal advice. She's the one that was with the movement. She's the one that's very inquisitive. She's the one that sees everything. But he gets all the credit because he's the man in the goddamn army. And then he's a black man on top of that. So it's like, oh, this dumbass Negro got all the way up in the ranks. He must be somebody. And she just has to succumb to that. And I really do hate that because being a woman was already hard enough in the 60s, but to be a black woman, oh, good God. And I love how they make her have these conversations with Rose because Rose is a Native American, another group of people that were done extremely wrong by clear people. They had property taken from them, food taken from them, resources, all of the above. So it really, really warmed my heart when they sat up there and Charlotte said, girl, what's happening in this town? Like, what the fuck is going on? And she said, honey, I'm gonna just tell you like this. Hide your kids, hide your wife, because every black person and every colored person knew what that meant. And Rose, baby, you ain't slick because you definitely went over to that lady house trying to ask what the military was doing, but you found out that her man don't tell you nothing the same way your connect didn't tell you nothing. You went over to that old slice of bread ass Francis and asked him like, hey, what's going on? He said, you know what? If you work with me, I'll work with you. And you said, I don't really want that right there, so I'm gonna go to the black lady to see if she'll give me a little tea. And the black lady said, girl, my slice of bread ain't telling me shit either. Also, when it comes to the black military men going to see their new hangout spot, was it just me or did y'all have this eerie feeling like this was one of Pennywise's old stomping grounds? Like, yes, Dick Halloran was like, oh, we're gonna put a piano over here, we're gonna put a kitchen over here, we're gonna put a bar over here, it's gonna be so grand. But 5 seconds later, he was holding onto his chest and we could kind of hear what was going on inside his head, and that kind of let me know that Pennywise really do got a hold on your ass. Like, the look on his face just told me that they're closer than ever to where Pennywise is cooped up in the motherfucking drains. Slide over to the school classroom. I absolutely love how much they got the 60s timeline correct. Because back in the 60s, they used to play them duck and cover PSAs to death. Like, to the point where them kids had it memorized. So just imagine hearing the same PSA for hours upon hours, weeks upon weeks, months upon months, even possibly years upon years. Then you look over and see your tired-ass, fake-ass friend Marg waving at you, talking about some, we should have lunch. Like, girl, gone. You got with them stupid-ass patty cakes, and all of a sudden I'm too lame for you. Move the fuck out the way before I slap them glasses out your face. Now, Will, what made you think that you can sneak into or hide anything in a black household and your mama wasn't gonna find it or hear your ass? Like, you trying to twist your ass up in the house all silent, tiptoeing on your feet, but you loud as hell, mind you. Ran all the way upstairs to try to close the door. Your mama already got the pictures, baby. Like, when I tell you black parents go through all your stuff, ain't no hiding nothing, bitch. I'm talking about going through your drawers, under the mattress, and your tennis shoes. Like, you can't hide nothing up in there. But one thing about it, when Will broke down, she did not invalidate his feelings. Like, was she confused? Yes. But did she invalidate him? Hell no. These are the pictures. You telling me this happened to you? Okay, I'm listening. I'm gaining knowledge. I'm gonna look into this. For the first time in Derry history, we witnessing a real parent, because she said, oh no, you're not finna have all that going on. You finna go down to the school and back home. You're not finna go out with your friends. You're not finna hop on that bike and ride down to the damn diner, down to the funeral home, down to the cemetery. None of that no more, bitch. Bring your ass to the house. I'm not having it. And that's what the rest of the parents should have did on It 1, It 2, and the rest of these goddamn shows. Like, why is your child around town riding on the bike and you don't know where they at? And I already know y'all finna be like, well, Penny can get you from anywhere. Yes, he can get you from anywhere, but I'd rather him get you from the house than out in them streets. And Charlotte messy just like my mama, because how you gonna say, oh, I'm not gonna tell your daddy nothing, then get down to the dinner table and say, oh, he like a new girl. Yep, her name Ronnie. And this Leroy asking up this, how much she black? How she look? Oh, she. But I'm not gonna give him too much credit, because why does your wife have to tell you to spend time with your son? Like, that's why I hate men. And it's crazy because when they finally did spend time together and went fishing, I already knew something was gonna go wrong, because when he said, oh, I got one, and the fish unhooked itself, I said, oh, that's Pennywise building you up, the fuck you there. And I'm trying to figure out why Leroy would leave him alone in the first place. Like, why would you leave him out there in the stream to go get another hook from the car? Like, you should have said, hold on 1 second, let's walk up here, get another one, and then come back. But again, it's the fact that he's so emotionless and fearless with a side of no empathy, no sympathy, and no common sense, which always makes him 5 minutes behind the incident. He always gets there 10 seconds too late because he doesn't have the fatherly instinct. They really are piecing this story together for us, because we already know that Will is Mike's dad, and Will got burnt alive down to the chop shop later in life, right after he had Mike. So for Pennywise to be talking about some, you will burn too, then showing Leroy being burnt the hell up as he fell out the plane or got into a goddamn crash down to the last war, which is Will's biggest fear, was so damn cruel. Like, the only thing I'm grateful for in that scene is the fact that Pennywise left marks all over Will, because Leroy would have never believed him if them wasn't there. Like, damn, can you just be a parent for 5 minutes? Also, in the movies, were the parents able to see the red balloons, or was it just the kids? Because that's what was just the kids. Or is it just Leroy having this special power of not having any type of fear that makes it so Pennywise cannot fuck with him? Like, he'll make you see it, but he can't do shit to you. Moving on to Charlotte twisting down to the sheriff's office, I am so happy that she finally put herself first this episode and decided to put her movement experience to work by going down to the sheriff's office and saying, hey, I want to speak to Mr. Grogan. Did y'all speak to him correctly? Did y'all ask him all the questions? Did he get the right due the process? Like, did y'all get all the evidence? Was y'all actually asking the people on the streets the right questions, or was people just motherfucking lying on him? And I already knew by the way that Leroy was talking that she was a girl that got shit handled, because the way that she rolled up, what she had on, the way she was speaking, and the way that man said, oh, you're not canceled, or you're not a family member, so no, you won't be going to see him, did nothing but get her fired up. All she was gonna do was go outside, get on that payphone, look in that phone book, look up Grogan, call the goddamn mama, get permission from her, and ride back in there and speak to the man. And I don't know about y'all, but the moment the grandma said there's only 2 people that know what the daddy was that night, and that's the daddy and God, I said, oh baby, he was with a white woman. I'm over here thinking smashing a white woman is the worst it can get, and he talking about he smashed a married white woman. And to top it off, I think it's the sheriff's wife. I don't care what nobody goddamn say, it's that sheriff's wife. That's why he don't want to say it. Talking about some, we gonna have to find a way around this. Can you help me? No, bitch, I can't help you, because you doing all that barking and biting across the table. And if you ask me, Ronnie definitely knows that he was out with a lady, and she knows he was with a white woman, because how was she able to get them keys that night? That's what me and my mama kept on saying. Like, how was she able to sneak up out the house that night if she didn't know that her daddy was gone? Like, she kept saying the daddy was home, but she knew the daddy went home because she got them goddamn keys down to see that movie theater. Oh, I'm on y'all. Slide back over to the Black Army men. What thing about black people that I will always love is that we make a house into a home. It don't matter where you put us, we gonna set up shop. You can put us in the middle of the woods and we gonna turn that bitch up. They got these men in the middle of nowhere in a dirty ass shack with all these cobwebs, and they in there cleaning up, singing, making a damn juke joint. That's just us. We always gonna have the spirit. And am I tripping that scene with Dick Halloran and his grandma out there in the woods give every bit of hoodoo, every bit of skeleton key? Like, at this point, I want to know how she died because she keep popping up. Like, I'm pretty sure she raised Dick, but what is the significance of her? Like, did Pennywise get her, or did she die by some other cosmic being? Actually, I don't even need an answer to that question because Pennywise is officially fucking with Dick Halloran's head. He not fucking with Pennywise. And it's so crazy because while all the adults are sitting around trying to figure this thing out, Will done crack the damn code. Out of everybody, he done figured out that this thing feed off of fear. Like, yes, he get you right and juicy, and then he eat your ass up. You ain't nothing but a juicy, delicious meal had by Pennywise. And this Lily handing out pills to them kids talking about some, well, when my mom takes it, she says all of her fears and worries just melt away. Yes, because it's a part 30. But you know what? I don't even blame her because outside of Pennywise messing with her, she got this tired-ass, fake-ass friend Marg on the side talking about some, want to have lunch together? Just me and you, all peachy like we used to, remember? Then y'all getting into the lunchroom and she's setting up a whole thing with the patty case to act like this boy like you. You done ran to the bathroom trying to get yourself freshen the fuck up, and all of a sudden she trying to act like she got a conscience now talking about some, Lily, I think I have something to tell you. I'm so glad Pennywise stopped that bitch in her tracks and said, bitch, I'm gonna get your eye. I'm gonna get your eye, honey. I told y'all that she had a glisten in her fucking glasses the past 3 to 4 episodes, and he finally got her ass. And then I already knew he was gonna make Lily look like a silly ass fool by following her around because of course she was gonna drop the damn perk 30 in the toilet. Girl, you should have picked that up and still swallowed it. I don't even know what you was doing. For some reason, Pennywise really don't fuck with Lily, and I totally get it, but at every single turn, he make her look like a lunatic. He want her down to Juniper Hill so bad. And even though Lily been catching it all season, Will could not catch a break this episode because I don't know what possessed him to get up out that bed, go to that telescope and say, hey, I'm gonna look around on the streets after everything that's been happening this past week. Like, I already knew he was finna run in Pennywise ass or one of his forms. And if you ask me, that was definitely Periwinkle. Like, that was definitely Bob Gray's daughter. And if it wasn't her, it was nobody but Pennywise cosplaying as the bitch. Like, what do Penny really want from a nigga? Because why is you standing outside my house in the bushes waiting on me to look from the telescope? Like, what do you want from me? Got Leroy running all out in the streets talking about some, who are you? Who are you? Show yourself. Knowing that he's a black man in a white neighborhood in a tired ass, delayed ass, 1930s ass town. Like, Leroy, get your ass in the house. You not being scared makes me scared. Now, when it comes to the army using Dick Halloran to get information from the Native Americans, I wasn't shocked at all because, of course, the clear people will use black Americans to infiltrate the Native American communities to benefit them. They always got other people doing their dirty work, and at first I was with Halloran when he was like, hey, just give me the information right now. I really don't want to have to do this to you. It's gonna be painful. But when Tangel spit in his motherfucking face, I said, oh no, bitch, take him up through there. And since we talking about the Native Americans, what I gather from this story is that a cosmic being was cast out of whatever frequency, whatever galaxy, whatever universe that it was in, smashed down on Earth, broke out, ran to the Western woods. While in the Western woods, humans came about, Native Americans came about. They were rummaging the land. They came across this entity, said, oh, hell no. Some of them got. They then found this star where they could pick up this protected piece, figured out that, hey, if we wave this, that thing will get away from us. They then settled outside of the Western woods, and they were fine for years upon years upon years, centuries upon centuries. Then white people showed up, settlers showed up, and they decided to go over to that land. The Native Americans said, hey, don't go over there. He gonna get your ass. He gonna eat you up. Don't do that. I'm telling you, don't do that. White people still said, oh, girl, we don't give a fuck about what you talking about. Even though you've been here for forever, we know better than you. They took their ass over there, got ate up, got feared the fuck out. Then, okay, Pennywise gained power. He been eating folks up. He done decided that he want to maybe step outside of them Western woods. The Native American people then had a meeting. They said, oh, we got to do something about this motherfucker. But in the midst of this, the main lady, Ceci, I think, is what her name. Her daughter was listening. She said, oh, hell no. I want my mama to go out there. I'm finna do something. So I'm going to gather my homegirls. We're going to have this protected piece, and we're going to go out to the Western woods, and we're going to figure this out ourselves. We want to run into him ourselves. Now, while they went out there, the mama realized, oh, my God, my daughter's gone. She gathers all these other people. They go out to the fucking woods, no protected. They get ate the fuck up, feared the fuck out. Because, of course, Pennywise turns into their biggest fear, white people, which I totally understand. Everybody ends up getting got, including Ceci. So her daughter is like, hell no, my mama not going out in vain. I'm finna do something about this. Like, she not finna go out like no bitch. So she gathers everybody in town. She says, hey, we're going out to the woods. We're gonna find this star that has all these protected pieces that will keep him away from us. They end up finding the star. They chop 13 pieces that go outside of the Western Woods, and they decide we're going to create 13 burial sites, 13 pillars around the Western Woods, and we're going to bury these pieces and burn them so that we can essentially create a prison where Pennywise cannot escape. Now this sounds good, and they essentially saved the entire world, because if Pennywise would have got out of that goddamn Western Woods and went everywhere else, there would be no Earth, there would be no people, everybody would be gone. But the issue is that people came and they built Derry on top of the Western Woods, like literally smack dab on top of it. So all of these people are essentially living in Pennywise's prison. So now when Dick Halloran uses his powers to go looking for Pennywise, but Pennywise finds him first, he can fuck with Dick Halloran. He's all up in his head. That's why the grandma was out there in the woods saying, hey, keep your lid on tight. And Pennywise is using this to his advantage, because while Dick is getting in Tangle's head trying to figure out what the 13 pillars are, Pennywise is taking over. That's why when Rose's eye starts blinking and you see Dick kind of come behind her with that evil ass smile talking about some, come on, keep going, tell me the rest, where the 13 pillars? Like, come on, Tangle, show me where it is. That was not Dick, that was Pennywise. Pennywise want to get out of this prison. He want to leave Derry. He don't want to be confined to this one motherfucking space. He tired of them western ass woods, bitch. He's trying to get out to the rest of the world and fuck shit up. He is a cosmic being that do not need to be released.